Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Vesta in the 4th house in a natal chart. Now, where Vesta is placed in one's natal chart can show where you have a lot of concentration of power and power concentration, where you generally don't allow extraneous things to interfere with what you're doing, where you show tremendous focus and concentration. Now, if you have Vesta in the 4th house, well, you could show this power of concentration and strong focus in matters connected with home and family, traditions, roots, matters related to your ancestry, emotional security, about who you are at the core, and even just 4th house, even a 4th house profession such as real estate, home renovation, remodeling, things of that nature. And the thing, and two, is when you look at this Vesta as well, Vesta in a natal chart can also show that rationalized or analyzed sexual partner, that sexual partner that you may select based on rationalization. Now, if you have Vesta in the 4th house, this could be somebody that could be rather introverted, a homebody, somebody that is very family oriented, enamored with domestic activities, somebody that has really is strongly connected with emotional security, somebody that desires, I should say, to be emotionally secure, somebody that has good foundations as well, and somebody that might be very much connected with their traditions. And this could be a person that will really often may play an integral role in your family life as well. Now, another thing, as far as Vesta goes in the natal chart, it could also indicate where we show a lot of strong devotion and dedication to. And if you have Vesta in the 4th house, naturally, that devotion and dedication can be connected with the home, with your family life, ancestry, with your emotional security, staying true to who you are at the core, your foundations. And also keep in mind the 4th house also is about the end of life. So this could be where you show strong dedication to, when I say end, matters pertaining to end of life, such as starting a retirement account, getting yourself prepared for that latter part of life, making perhaps investments early on, where you have something at the end for the latter part of your life. So this is where you could show strong devotion and dedication to. Now, also, where Vesta is placed in your natal chart can show where you want to be infallible and perfect. Now, hardly anybody is ever perfect in any way, shape, or form, but where Vesta is placed in the natal chart can show where you really want to be as close to perfect and infallible as possible. And being in the 4th house, these could be matters, of course, pertaining to home, to family, to knowing your ancestry, to being true to who you are at the core, matters connected with your foundations, home activities, and also especially, I mean, the 4th house represents what is not our dominant parent, the one that's generally inferior, which is generally the mother. So also matters pertaining to that inferior, which is family parent, I should say, the one that's not as dominant, and which is generally the mother. So those are ways you want to show. I mean, that could be someone you want to show be as perfect as possible in matters connected with that person, as far as doing what you're supposed to for him or her. So that's basically, but it is generally her, since it is generally the mother. So anyway, the Vesta in a chart also, it shows where we don't want to be restricted. Now, being in the 4th house, this could be matters connected with your home life, with your traditions, really in matters connected with your family. And really, another thing about Vesta is that when you look at Vesta natal chart, it can also show that area in life where we need to escape and extricate ourselves from time to time, because I think a lot of it's attributed to the fact that we expend often such an abundance of energy into those matters connected with Vesta by sign and house that we're in danger of dissipating, of our energy being dissipated and depleted. So we got to get away from that from time to time in order to get our energy back and really have it for when we need it later on for those same activities now that are connected with the Vesta sign and house position. Now, the thing is too, it's also important to look at the sign that Vesta is in your natal chart, because this could impact the description and delineation. I mean, if you have, say, Vesta in Gemini in your 4th house, well, you could be showing a lot of dedication and devotion to doing things in the home that require dexterity, such as doing some repair work, or maybe doing some remodeling, things which you're using your hands for, maybe a family member's vehicle. Maybe you may work on one of their vehicle of a family member's frequently, and you're showing dexterity as far as that goes. And it could also show versatility as well in the home, and showing that strong dedication connected with it and devotion. Now, another thing I want to say is that, let's say if you have Saturn in the 4th house, especially if it's like conjunct your Vesta, this could be a person that unfortunately might wind up having to take on a lot of responsibility in the home as well, and show dedication and devotion connected with it. And sometimes this could even indicate a debilitated family member, and it could often be the parent that's not as dominant, which is often the mother. So those are some things to look at as far as Vesta in the 4th house goes in your natal chart. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Vesta in the 4th house in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be talking about Vesta in the 5th house in a natal chart. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.